Police are blundering in the dark. 1975 flick, and it's the final out of the Vinegar Syndrome Forgotten Gialli box set. I will follow this video up with the general thoughts on the box type of thing right after I'm done yapping about this fucking movie. So, let's start off with the description, shall we? A young nude model is violently stabbed to death with a pair of scissors. It soon emerges that 3 other women have already fallen prey to this unknown maniac, and that all 3 victims have a single and unique connection. They all served as models for an eccentric photographer named Parisi. When another young woman with a date to be photographed is murdered, her journalist boyfriend decides to investigate the crimes and quickly finds himself mixed up with Parisi, who reveals that he's working on a camera capable of photographing people's thoughts. Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? It wasn't, though. It started off with promise. Like it says in the description, there's a woman being chased and stabbed with scissors. That's the opening of the flick. There's a dude chasing her and she's running through the woods, and the branches are slowly peeling away parts of her blouse until she's pretty well tits out and getting fucking stabbed through the throat. After that, there's a couple other moments shortly after, but then it just fucking drags on like you're trying to pour fucking molasses out of a glass jar right out of the fucking fridge. No bueno. Now, it is an Italian giallo, and I always thought they were the only ones who could do giallos, but I've only ever seen Italian ones. This box set exposed me to Spanish giallos. There's 2 of them in this set, and they were both fucking phenomenal, but more about that later. And police are blundering in the dark. There are no police until the very last couple minutes of the movie, so the title's fucking bullshit. The cinematography was cool. It was well shot. For the most part, it was well acted as well. It's just the story sucked. It was just poorly executed. They actually have you thinking it's gonna be a motherfucker in a wheelchair doing the killing. Like, really? How fucking stupid do you think we are? Like, yeah, sure, you could make arguments that he's just faking the crippledness to lure people in and shit, but nah. You can tell, usually in a movie, you can tell when the character's actually crippled versus a character pretending to be crippled. There's still always a tell. But, yeah. I wish I had watched this movie first out of the goddamn box set, so that I would have ended up finishing on a high instead of this fucking low that I'm on right now. What's his fucking name again? Parisi is in his dark room doing his magic with the photos and whatnot. That's some of the best looking scenes in the film, with the reds and the blues, and it was just a cool looking scene whenever it was happening. And when he reveals that he can photograph your mind, that was kind of cool, but yeah, it just dragged. I wish there was more action involved, and yeah, giallos are typically a slower burn, but fuck, this was almost dormant. But anyways, I think that will be it for this. And now on to talking about the actual set itself. Forgotten Gialli. from the masters at Vinegar Syndrome. So this has Trauma from 1978. It has The Killer is One of 13 from 1973. And this one I was just talking about, Police Are Blundering in the Dark. Oh, which I also forgot to mention, that line is used in the movie right at the very end, so I guess that's how they got the fucking title. Cops have nothing to do with this flick. Anyways, overall, I think this box set cost me $70 Canadian. I had a buddy of mine, Gore Punks, check for me, and it's 50 USD. So with that being said, most Vinegar Syndrome movies, to buy them on their website, are $34.95 Canadian. 35 and 35 is $70. That's the cost of this box set right here. So you can look at it like you're buying these two movies and they're just throwing a third one in for free. Totally worth the box set just for these two movies, seeing as how they are not selling them individually. They're not like your usual Vinegar Syndrome. There is no combo with a DVD and a Blu-ray. It's just straight up Blu-ray. And they all have some pretty cool shit on the inside too. Like the inner sleeve is a photo of the main weapon in the movie. So there's the disc for Trauma. And the inner work. Now we have The Killer is One of 13. The disc art. Oh, I just realized with the green screen behind me, this is going to fuck this scene up. So, I might actually just turn this to get that off the screen. Yep, just look at my microphone for a second. There's the... fuck off. Inner art for Killer is One of 13. Nice straight blade. Love that shit. And again, like, this movie didn't have any of the standard nudity that you're used to in a giallo. Not a lot of sleaze at all. But this movie was fucking cool. Just like Clue. So if you want a nice murder mystery, you can pretty well sit down and watch with anyone in your family. The Killer is One of 13. Watch that shit. And then we have Police Are Blundering in the Dark. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I do like the artwork. It's pretty fucking cool on this disc, but again, there's the disc art. And the insert. All really cool looking, but not surprising, as Vinegar Syndrome pretty well are the masters of badass packaging. All of their box sets so far have been sweet. There's the Amityville set and the Angel set as well. Still debating on doing a review of that one. It's not really horror. It's more of a action drama, and comedy. But still cool. But yep, Forgotten Gialli, Vinegar Syndrome. When you're on their website this Friday for the fucking halfway to Black Friday sale, put this in your cart. You need it. I'm not even the biggest Gialli fan out there. I need to generally be in a specific mood. But Trauma and Killer is One of 13 did not feel like your typical Giallo movies. They were Spanish, like I mentioned earlier, but they just seemed to have different pacing than any other Giallo that I've watched. I do have one other in the collection that I haven't seen, Francesca from Unearthed Films. I was going to watch it later today, but slight change of plans as I just got a screener for a movie I've been dying to see and have been following the production of for like the last 6 or 7 months. And I am throwing that on as soon as fucking possible to get you guys a review on the upcoming Amityville Vibrator. That shit's gonna be super sleazy and I cannot wait. Thanks for watching, motherfuckers. Peace.